Hi, I'm Barbie. What are you going to wear to the party?
Hi, I'm Barbie. What are you gonna wear to the party?
And that's
And that's yes.
and that's the cast iron pan.
Taz as Barbie. Hey everybody, happy 2026. We made it. Hooray. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Listen, I just want to thank you very, very much for tuning in and enjoying the podcast. Producer Chris and I are enjoying it, and it's really nice to know you're out there. So thank you very much. And speaking of, we've got some pretty bodacious things lined up here and some pretty amazing people. Speaking of which, we're going to see what we can do about that right now.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Toon'd In with Jim Cummings. I am producer Chris, joined as always by the legend himself, Mr. Jim Cummings. How are you doing today, sir?
Full speed ahead. Have we got a show for you?
Oh, we certainly do. Today we have Chris Anthony Lansdowne joining us. You know her as the host of Adventures in Odyssey.
Say it again, just with feeling though you did that.
Chris Anthony
Lansdowne.
Thank you.
And of course did the voice for Barbie and numerous mediums, toys, cards, all that good stuff we'll get into. But thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Happy to be here.
Glad to have you. And we've known each other for as long as I've been in the business.
That's
and
right. That's
we
right.
were 10 years old when we first met 30 years ago.
Oh, that was the other.
Wait a minute. No, hold on. Okay.
That was the other Chris.
I made up some of that, by the way. But yeah, with sweet Sandy Schnarr.
Yeah.
And you're still
with my Sandy girl.
There you go.
Yeah, she knows me well, and that's important.
And tell her hi.
I will tell her.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy says hi.
Wherever you are out there.
Yeah, so I'm like that, like hairdressers, and I stayed with them till they die. I'm with somebody until I'm not. I go the long haul, and I like that. I'm kind of loyal like that. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And we've worked together on a few things over the years, but one of the coolest is Focus on the Family, right?
Yes, sirree.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell people what we're talking about here?
Well, she's talking about Adventures in Odyssey, and Adventures in Odyssey is going into its 38th year.
Wow. With the great Hal Smith.
Oh, yes.
Our old pal.
Hal Smith was...
God rest in peace. Yeah.
He was just phenomenal. He was one of them. He was our Mr. Whitaker, the grandfather figure in the show. And I am the host. I've been the host for 38 years.
A while.
And believe it or not, I still say the same opening after 38 years.
Can you give it to us?
And they still write it down for me.
Well, you should have it memorized.
I don't know.
You can't do it today because you don't have it memorized. Good night, everybody.
Hi, this is Chris. Welcome to Adventures in Odyssey. That's it.
Wow.
Write that down.
They do.
And we're off to the races.
It's an audio drama, and it's great stories. It's full of all kinds of great acting and great production.
Yeah.
And you've been on it, and they loved you on it. And it's really about stories and stories for kids. Good stories for kids.
Yes, stories that it's okay to tell and retell.
Yeah, because the world right now, they need good stuff.
Yes.
They don't have a lot to choose from. So Adventures in Odyssey has been faithful to write things on the pulse of what they're facing. So the kids will identify with the stories. And some of the best actors on the planet want to be on the show because it's good stuff. And it's well done. And Hal Smith was the original Mr. Whitaker. We're on our third one. So sad.
Wow.
But they're all good. They're all good.
I didn't know that. Well, he was there from that long.
Yeah. He would come into the studio, and it's like, I've heard you talk about old shows. You like old shows too, right?
Oh,
Andy
sure.
Griffith?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
He'd come in, and he's got that little walk to him, and he'd sit down, and he'd talk about all the good old days, all the shows, all the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And there was one day he came in, and he was sitting. This is when my daughter is now 32. She was a baby, and I was coming into the studio, and there's Hal sitting in the green room with all the actors. You know. And it was my turn to go in and record, and everybody's just shooting the breeze. And I go, oh, I never bring her to an audition. I had to, for some reason, bring her, and I thought, oh, I'll just give it to one of the women actors, and here's my darling. And Hal goes, I'll take her.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I thought in my mind, this is Otis on the show.
Otis Campbell. Yeah.
He was that little drunk, making those faces.
Let himself into the Andy, don't worry about it. I had to tell you, when I first started in the business, my first job was Dumbo Circus. And my younger brother Terry came out to visit me for a summer. And somehow or another, his friend Dave Simon from back in Youngstown, yes, I'm calling you out, Dave. I said, well, you guys, you should come. I'm doing big time showbiz. This is, I'm doing a voiceover for Dumbo Circus. I'm Lionel the Lion. So you got to come. You got to come. I mean, geez, And because, your first job, you never know if you're going to get another one anyway.
No, yeah.
And this was like day one. And so he comes, and my brother's there, and his friend Dave, his all-time best friend. And I'm introducing him around to the cast. There's Katie Lee. Here's Will Ryan.
Katie, my BFF.
Bless, absolutely. And here, Dave, this is Hal Smith. Yeah. And he goes, oh, it's great to meet you. Whoa. Okay, look. I really don't want to insult you, because I don't want you to take this too hard. But you know who you look like?
Oh my gosh.
Did you ever see Andy Griffith's show? And he goes, yeah, I think I have. He goes, no offense, but you kind of look like Otis Campbell the drunk.
Oh, no.
And Hal says, oh, that's because I am a Samuel the drunk.
That is very good.
And
good drunk over here, eh?
And it was, and it gives me goosebumps thinking of it.
Well, that's
and he went,
sweet.
and Dave just went, Jesus Christ, I really screwed that one up, didn't I? I gotta go I'm hungry. So
well, I think he's the one who said, I'll hold Kelsey, my girl. And as I'm walking down the hall, I just kind of glanced over my shoulder, and I saw her sitting on his lap, and he's kind of bouncing her. He's going, doing that Otis thing. And she's laughing and giggling. I went, that is exactly how I was as a kid watching it. He's holding my daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's making her laugh. And it was just, so many times he'd come in and he'd tell stories, and everybody's going, do we have to record? We just want to hear the stories.
Yeah.
Then he'd bring in all of his other buddies, off the show. And there's a lot of great quality actors out there still.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Still around, still doing good things,
Yeah.
And I like being around nostalgia and all that.
Oh,
cool
me too.
Stuff, That's why I like you.
Me too. Yeah, I'm very old and nostalgic. That's. Well, I'm on my third generation of, but a poo generation. I've said this before. Is only like 3 years.
What?
Because then there's brand new fresh kids.
Oh yes.
It's not like they go anywhere. They're still there.
Yes.
But here's a fresh crop.
And what's funny is even with Adventures in Odyssey, because the generations grew up, had their kids. You've had Townsend on the show.
Oh, sure.
They grew up, had their kids. They grew up, and they're having their kids. It's like when I walk in. Oh, I got to just tell you, this is really funny.
There we go.
So I'm in an elevator. This just happened. I'm in the elevator, and I have on my Adventures in Odyssey cap, just like that one you were over there, Chris. Only it says Odyssey. And I'm standing in there, and there's this big old dude right next to me. It's like a full elevator of people. You get a lot of people kind of crowded in, a little claustrophobic. And he's like right next to me, and he's got like this cut off shirt, couple tats on his arms, And he's standing right next to me. He goes, I remember that show. I remember that show. Big gruff voice. Oh, I remember that show, you know. He goes, I used to listen to it. And I went, oh. And I just kind of looked at him, and it's like, he's huge, and he's not that typical kid looking, you know.
No.
And so I just went, no, don't do it. Don't do it. It's crowded. And then the lady in the corner goes, yes, I had the cassettes. I had the cassettes of the show.
Oh, do you now?
And I thought, so I go, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say anything. And I just held it together. I thought, and then the door opens up and the people start walking out. And I go, hi, this is Chris. Welcome to Adventures in Odyssey. And he goes, what?
What the? What the? I knew you.
He turned around.
Oh, that's great.
And the door goes,
yeah. Oh, perfect. That was perfect. So you didn't get to sign an autograph.
I didn't do nothing. I just went in my car and went,
Yeah. Oh, God.
But, you know, I've been calling kids because that's one of the things they do. The best part of this job is they have me call kids. And it's really sweet because a lot of kids need somebody to talk to. And I'm not a psychologist. I'm Chris, who they've listened to for years, and they trust me. So I'm a trusted person. I'm Chris from Odyssey.
Wow.
And so when I call them and they go, okay, this is the kid you're calling. He's this years old. It might be his birthday or his dog died or something, you know, meaningful.
Yeah, sure.
And it's so sweet because I just go, hi, is Michael there? This is Chris. And they are so excited. He goes, Mom, it's Chris. Click. I went, he was so excited, he just hung up.
You little weasel. Get back on there. I'm going to give you hell now. Come here. Tell your dad to get on the phone.
But they talk about me. They pour out their hearts.
Yeah.
They talk about their grandma, how to make friends at school, which is really sweet.
Well, yeah, it's instant familiarity, isn't it?
Yeah. They trust me, and I've been around, and I give them good things to think about, and sometimes I give them little scriptures to think about, and it's like, there's nothing better than connecting with kids. That is my lane. I would just as soon at a party, you're going to see a group of adults in one room, and I'm going to be in the other room with the kids on the floor. That's
Doing a puppet show.
Yeah. Puppet show. Speaking of puppet shows, I do have a puppet in my trunk as we speak.
Is that so?
In your trunk?
I can't tell you. That's it. What are you doing with this? This guy's half crazy.
This is what are you doing with this puppet in your trunk?
Puppet. Well, I have this big blue puppet. He's like got a head about the size of mine.
Does he live in a trash can?
No.
No. Does he eat cookies? Wrong color.
That's
wrong color.
That's the cousin.
Blue. Is he blue?
He's blue.
He is blue.
He is blue.
But he doesn't eat cookies.
He doesn't eat cookies.
Does he? No. But he doesn't say cookie.
You guys are on the wrong show. This guy's his name's Charlie. His head's about the same size as mine. He's got long arms, and I can move him. And I'm not a ventriloquist by any means. But when he talks with his voice.
You should have brought him in.
He's in my car. Wait a minute.
Okay.
And so Charlie, I can't believe I'm telling you. Could you just cut this part out later?
No.
He is in my truck. No. He's in a big bag of my car. And if a kid's really having a tough time, Charlie comes out.
That's so sweet.
Nice.
And policemen sometimes are around. And if it's like, here's Charlie. Hey there, officer. How's it going? High five.
Oh, jeez.
And they just kind of go, oh, we got to take her in.
Yeah,
we got to take her in.
I haven't told anybody I have Charlie in my, you better cut this part out.
No, that's really sweet,
I'll
though.
have what she's having.
Well, it's okay. You've already had what I have. It's all good.
Yeah, okay. A likely story.
I haven't really shared that, but I do keep him in there. And my secret bucket list is I would love to do a kid show. I mean, I grew up with...
Not Howdy Doody.
No, but you know Howdy Doody, how cool that was?
I thought it was pretty cool.
Show. Howdy Doody.
Paul Winchell had a show, Jerry Mahoney show.
Yes.
I remember.
But I do have others. They have friends. Charlie has friends. He got a little grandma puppet in there, too.
Well, she's at the bottom of the bag because she causes all kinds of trouble. She comes out, and Charlie, you better not be eating too much of that candy. Okay, I won't. I promise, Grandma.
Okay, that's enough. I won't.
No, that was pretty good.
So have you been doing voices like since you were young? Yes.
Probably, right? Yeah.
Yes. What were your first ones? Imitations of your favorite cartoons or characters on
I love
TV?
him.
Her family.
Can you guys see Chris? He's the biggest, cutest guy.
Yeah, they can see him.
Okay, good.
Oh, they can see him all right.
They can see him all right.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
probably got his own fan club over there,
My
huh?
face
Yes,
is probably
he
getting
does.
red.
Are you a single guy?
I'm only going to take 20
he
more
single?
minutes of this.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. So that's
Single
right.
guy?
He is.
Because I got a friend for him.
You trying to make him double?
Charlie's got a
Okay,
friend.
now my face actually is hot.
He's so handsome. Okay, so originally from high school, like we've all got our history, how we started.
Oh, yeah.
I was in high school, and I remember when there was like a pep rally. You know, to get the games going. You know, you get like the football games, and there'd be like a pep rally come
Pete
out. and
Mooney.
yeah.
Yep.
And then you come out, you get the kids all excited, and they were my friends. And I don't know, I just, whatever they needed, I seemed to put on a football helmet backwards. Come out
Ouch.
and do these crazy characters. And it was a basketball game. I'd come out and I'd do another character. And it's like, that was me in high school. Because I couldn't do math
Well,
and still can't.
well, me neither.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but they have people for that. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
And so I had to kind of fake my way through high school. So I did a lot of acting in high school and doing voices and stuff. And
Were you on speech team? Speech team?
no, I was too much
Individual
pressure
debate?
because you have to stay focused.
Yeah, well, I wasn't on the speech team. I did individual events. I didn't debate or anything.
You're in the speech team?
Yeah, I was humorous
Give me one of your
interpretation.
speeches.
No, but it was a cut
$50
from.
you can do a
it was
speech out of
cut-
that.
It was cut from Guys and Dolls, the movie, and then I did another one, No Time for Sergeants, where I did all the characters, and another one was called Green Pastures.
Green pasture.
And it was this was, and I didn't even know it was controversial, but it was a movie from the 1920s, and it was an all black cast, and you know, God was an old fella down there from Georgia. Now look here, I'm gonna get them angel up in here. And I went, well, Lord, I'll tell you what. And one was like Richard Priory. And it never occurred to me in a million years that somebody would be taking offense at that.
Oh, no, because
I just thought it was
we
it was
didn't
funny
take offense
voices.
then. We just laughed, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So No Time for Sergeants, that was a classic movie of
That was Andy Griffith.
Yes.
Hey,
Say,
Sergeant. Yeah, and I think Gomer Pyle was based on that.
is this thing on? I remember
Yeah.
doing that one scene up in the plane. He was talking into the thing. Hello, is this thing on? And it was like a whole movie. That's all I remember. So
Yeah.
it was a great scene.
I didn't do that part.
You know, that would have been you too.
You know, I used to do that though.
So how did you first get approached? Excuse me.
Oh,
Sorry. How did you first get approached to do the voice of Barbie?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Just kidding.
I was going to say, wow.
Wow.
I must finish something because right out of doing high school, I did something you did.
Oh.
But it might not be the same timing. It was something to do with cookware. Did you ever sell cookware, Jim?
Pots and pans.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
What's this? I don't know
We
about
are
this.
so-
Yeah. I did it for weeks, maybe. A couple.
Well-
Like physically selling pots and pans?
He didn't
Or like
know
the
it.
voice? The
The rest
voice.
didn't know it.
No. It was and knives, cutting knives.
They didn't trust me with knives. I didn't get knives.
Well, no, but it was.
I didn't trust you with that.
Yeah, but it was. And let's see, there was cookware, there was pots and pans.
Yeah, we got a bond.
was- yeah, a bunch of
Strong
stuff.
bond.
Wait, what? But
Yeah,
like, what's
door
the...
to door, like you go to an
door to
office
door.
building.
Oh.
Or it was sometimes door to door, but you'd go to an office and I'd walk in with all these knife sets and different things, and I go, "Who ordered the pizza?" And everybody'd look at me like, "Ha ha, just kidding." You know, we're clearing out the warehouse here from the home show last weekend. film show.
Yeah, yeah.
And they go, yeah, and they go, and we're just costing these out. Like, take a look at these. Now you can get these anywhere for $80. But it's just too much. Anyway, we're giving them away for $20 a pop.
Oh my gosh!
Hold on, let me get my wallet.
You're a panhandler.
Yeah.
That's where he was a panhandler.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, no, I gave him the knives, but and it was great.
Oh my gosh! I thought about this because out of high
I
school
hadn't thought of that in a long time.
I did. I was thinking out of the way here. I thought, how do I bring up the pan story? And so they hired me to demonstrate cookware. They would take me into the new stores, like J.C. Penney's. That was a big store back there in the 80s and stuff. And they brand new store, and they would build me a stage with cookware hanging around me. And they hired me to demonstrate the cookware in the store. It was an exciting moment. The stage was built. The pans were lit. It was like, I thought I was in showbiz, and I thought, what am I doing here? This is horrible. No. And so they said, go ahead, you're going to sell the cookware any way you can. So I did. And I got pans and I burned eggs in them. And I burned cheese to show how they slide right out. Wow. I was showing it was Oster cookware.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Oster.
that's famous.
And I was flipping eggs in the air and I was improvising. And, because every time I sold something, I'd make money. Oh. So I was making good money selling cookware, and I was improvising, which is what I'm gonna. The best education to improvising you can get.
To sell cookware.
To sell cookware.
Now, see, I wouldn't have seen that one coming.
I made a show out of it.
Yeah.
And one lady comes up to me, and I remember this from all these years. She had on a straw hat, and she had on really long braids, kind of a Willie Nelson look.
Minnie
to
Pearl?
her. No,
name?
she was rough and gruff. And she had like this straw hat, these long braids, and kind of like overalls. And she comes up to me, and she had like a missing tooth in front. And I'll never forget it. She goes, everybody's listening, and she goes, I wouldn't cook on those shiny Teflon pans. And everybody goes, and she goes, if you really want to cook, you're going to cook with a cast iron pan. And that's how you cook. You don't wash them out. You just season them. And you keep the seasoning in the pan, and you never wash them. And I'm going,
okay. She
was priceless. And everybody stopped, and it was quiet. And I just memorized her, every bit of her. I said, you're going into my bag of tricks. I just thought, I go, what is your name? She goes, my name is Stella Della Rose.
Stella Della Rose. Stella Della.
Fast forward years later, somebody says, can you do like this country lady with the, I go, take out Stella Della.
Yeah.
There you go.
I did her so many times thinking, thank you.
Yeah.
You crazy lady.
Yeah, well, we've all got those. I have my Aunt Grace. She was in cartoons, and my Tigger, my tugboat captain was in a few cartoons. We were just talking about that earlier. Yeah, you hold on to those characters. You never know when you can use them.
Yeah.
Never know when you can bring them out.
The best characters are the ones you meet. The aunts and uncles. That's you. It's your neighbors and of course your family doesn't like it because they think it's insulting.
Yeah.
Because you're doing them, they're going, I don't eat like that.
Yeah.
That is so rude.
Wait a minute, I don't sound a goddamn thing like that. Yeah, you sound exactly like that. You sound that's the problem. That's why you don't like to hear it.
I gotta tell you, he is the best disguised person ever because you think of him in he's like a diamond with multifacets.
Oh, there you go.
It turns and glitters because he's so gifted and talented.
Oh, God.
But in the core of that diamond is this little beating heart.
Little weasel.
It's just, you're ruining my moment here. And that beating heart that's so kind and so, is so kind and so pukey. No, and so kind and he loves people so deeply that all this is the glitter. What he really is way inside of He is the Pooh. You know, you can't play Pooh. You could do voices till the cows come home. You could be any character you want, but there's something that comes deep within a person that is in their spirit that says, I am kind and I'm good and you can't go to college for it. You can't go to workshops and things. It comes from a deep, deep core of who you are. And that's why he's made it through all these years. He's phenomenally talented, but it's not who he is internally.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not
I'm
phenomenal.
done. I'm leaving the building on this one.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God.
It's true.
I don't know what to say.
Here's what he is.
I'm flabbergasted.
I got it, Jim.
Wait, she's got it.
Bring the close up on this one. Okay. Jim is the cast iron pan. Now let me get to something here. He's not the shiny Teflon newbie pan that looks good and shiny and flips out the eggs and looking good. He's the cast iron, full of seasons of life that you don't wash. Yeah, he does shower though. You don't wash it, the seasons are in him. And when he works, all those seasons come to the surface and they come out because his life stories, all the things he's been through, all the things that he is in the pan. And when it's heated up to work and he does his thing, all these flavors and seasons come to the top of the pan.
That's a great metaphor.
That is the cast iron.
Wow.
Really good metaphor.
Thank you.
I totally agree with that.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
See, now, you guys don't know, because Chris, he just doesn't look good over there. He's got the deepest heart, too. He's like...
That's right.
We've all heard Chris ask questions, right? Chris asks some of the questions you go, hey.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's insightful.
I didn't think of that.
I try.
Yeah, how about
Notice
that?
I never answered any of your questions.
Jeez. What are we going to do with this one? I was not expecting that, but I'll take it. I'm not
But you
stupid.
know, it's true. And I had this picture of it. There was one casting director that I met, and I will never mention her name. She's one of my favorites. And I had a picture of her once that was so sweet. She was going through a real rough patch. And whenever you go into the studio with her, she's so fun to be around. And she reminds me of this big yellow balloon. And it's like when she works, it's just like people just gather. She's happy and she's encouraging. And I picture her as this yellow balloon. And sometimes the life things that she's been through that she shared with me, I go, oh, it's like somebody has taken her balloon and pulled it down. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, like they'll just push you underwater and hold you down. You're going through tough stuff. I said, don't let that, you're not going to stay there. That's not who you are. I said, you're going to always surface. And I didn't realize I was just kind of speaking there because that's what I was seeing in my mind. And she started crying. And I went, thank you. So all that to say is, he gets just for a second.
Do we know who that is?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yes, you do. I can't tell you here, though.
You can tell us after.
You can tell us. We'll tell you after she leaves.
Okay, but erase it. But I got to say this. I've been doing voiceover for over 40 years. I'm an old crow. But this whole business has changed to me because the journey is not just to get the gigs anymore. Mm-hmm. It's to get connected to people. People are like, you guys are like good books. How can you not open a book if somebody and just go, hey, tell me about yourself? Like all the different chapters, all the things you've been through, the rough, crummy stuff, the good stuff. It's like, we're all great books. And I guess I'm just kind of barfing this all up because I could go through my credits with you guys, but it's not that with me anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm more excited to be here with you guys than talk about, I did this, I did that, I did this.
Oh, sure.
Well, that's like, good. Yeah, I always say, usually before we get started is, I feel like I didn't have to tell you, and I was right. But, I tell people to think about this, like, rather than an interview. And, you see people who kind of fall into the default interview mode. Yeah. And I think that's where, I try and step in and, I've done my research and try and direct it in a little bit of a different path than people have heard before. And I know not everybody listens to every interview.
Because you don't, it doesn't sound like you're sitting there trying to dream up the next, you're just like a little bit of a stream that breaks out from the river. And it's like, we go a different way. And it's like, in their insightful questions, every time you ask something, I go, yeah, that's something I'd want to know about somebody.
Well, it's because sorry to cut you off. Sorry.
No.
Well, it's because I'm genuinely interested in the people that we interview, and like, you know, even people that we don't, you know, for example, who just left, Carolina, you know, I don't know much about her career or anything like that, but just like, I like having conversation with people even before this job. You know, I'm a very conversational, I can strike up a conversation with anybody.
You're the real deal.
When I was in high school, you know, like I didn't have a clique. I felt like, you know, I wasn't a part of the jocks or the theater kids or the, you know, the bookworms or any. I had friends in every single group, and I would kind of go around, you know, and like, I always say, you know, I never had like truly deep friends because of that. I had a lot of acquaintances, you know, a lot of people I stayed in touch with over the years. And that's not to say I don't have good friends, you know, but not in the same manner as, you know, some people who, you know, had 3 friends since 3rd grade and, you know, they're retiring together and, you know, having families together and all that.
You're kind of a beacon.
But what's really interesting that you said was how this industry is not about getting gigs anymore. It's about connecting with people. Yeah. And I think that's so apparent in the 2020 since the pandemic and with the massive explosion of conventions.
That's perfect timing for this.
Yeah.
This is the cast iron pan with the season, and it's the perfect layout and the perfect
pat of butter.
And you put all them seasons in there, and he just stinks.
That's right.
But he's trusted, you know? And it makes sense that you two are together because this is a good pairing. You know, you get this goofy guy.
The old fart and the new guard. I'll say it. There. I'll take the hit. I'll dive on that grenade for you, Chris. Don't you worry. I'm fine now. I'm okay. More or less.
Cut that part out too. Cut that part out.
No, don't.
I mean, I do listen to a lot of podcasts and interviews, and what's interesting to me isn't about the 6,000 voices. God, I don't mean to do that in a disrespectful way.
No.
But
it's a lot more than 6,000 though, but go ahead. I'm kidding. I made that up. It's comedy humor. Made it up. Didn't expect that.
Funny.
Talk about you're funny.
But for me, it's like growing up as a kid. What was funny to me, I thought I wanted to be Lucy or Carol Burnett or I mean, Jerry Lewis. I love Jerry Lewis. It's like that's what I thought I was going to go, but then I started in San Diego. Yeah, with Nancy Washburn. God bless her. She's
artist
still
management.
There.
Is she still
Yes.
There? God bless her.
Yes.
Wow.
And I was so green. I walked into her office. She was this big San Diego agent and sitting behind a desk. And I was a little Chrissy with the stars in my eyes. And she said, well, we got you in here. What do you do? And I went, I just broke into doing all these little skits and voices. And I did an impression of seagulls.
That's pretty good.
You don't want to hear it. I did this seagull thing, and Nancy just looks at me. She goes, I don't know what we're going to do with you, but we're going to make money.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good thing to hear.
And she got me going. Commercials. I was doing all these commercials. I mean.
Well, that's where you and I first met. In down San Diego. I lived in Corona, so I was right between L.A. and San Diego.
Yeah.
He was so good. We were at one session, and I said, Jim, I only have one word. I have one word. What are we going to do?
I go, yeah.
And you said, bring that camera in again. He goes, you make that one word great.
Sage advice. Ooh. No shit. Pardon my French. Oh, that's good advice, Jim.
I was under such pressure. The woman go, okay, my one word. And in the script everybody's reading, it's when we read together as groups, Here comes my one word. And I was just like, it just blurted out so loud that everybody went, like, wait, calm down. We know that's your part. But it was the funniest moment because you were trying to help little Chrissy.
No. Well, thank you.
Your tip.
Well, I've always, whenever somebody asks me for advice, and they never do, but I tell them anyway.
That's not true. Not true, you
I always say, give them too much. Give them too much. Give them more than you think they need because it's easier to pull back than it is to add on if it ain't there.
Yeah.
You know, if you just don't have enough gas in the tank for this, that, or the other thing.
True.
You know, start off too much. They go, okay, easy. Now I want a little less, pie in the face. Okay. Because you can do that.
But that is the magic of you. You're like, they don't have to go, give me more. They have to go, that's good. They'll say, what else you do? And you go, I got 20,000 over here. It's true because kids ask me all the time, I'm going to do something that's going to look really ridiculous, but what's new? That I say a lot of my characters I find, because I'm teaching them how to be silly and, fearless. And I said, in my throat, I have certain sounds that I make. Now, this is not going into the deep acting part of it, but I said, way down in here is my old lady sounds. And I lose that real gravelly thing. And then as everybody here, I start to make her a little bit of a younger grandma. And she's up in here. And when she starts, she's like this. And as she goes up in my throat, she's kind of a young mom right about here. I know how to find my young mom. And up here she starts to get, she's Barbie's by here. Cool, here's Barbie. and by right here, she's younger. And I get younger's up here, and then I kind of clutch my throat, and I go, hi, I'm a bug, I'm up in here. And then he's kind of cold, he's kind of a bug. Boy, this is really bad. You guys are going to think I'm crazy.
Bug's life, yes.
But kids think it's funny, and they think they're holding their throats, and it's like, I feel like I'm connecting with them in a simple way, because I can't tell them that your character has to be deep, and where do they live, and they just want the silliness of what I do, and I think I'm done now. Can I go?
No, that was great. No, that's good. People, because everybody wants to. Well, how do you do what you do? How do you do? What should I do? Everybody tells me, and the kiss of death. Everybody tells me I have a great voice. Do that. That's because you're talking like a DJ. And wait a minute, I sound like Patrick Warburton accidentally.
Oh, darn good. You sound handsome. That's a handsome voice.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well. I got to say this, though. This is interesting.
I have a face for voiceover. You know that.
He does. It's really cute.
Yes, I do.
You got a gorgeous wife.
Yes, I do.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes,
have you guys seen his wife? Is that your mother?
They have.
Oh, my gosh, because she is just beautiful.
Yes, she is.
And when you guys
She's
do
a nice
things,
lady, too.
When you do things together, I think it's really cute.
Oh, thanks.
You ought to do more things together. I just got a vibe for that. So you guys are really cute. She's funny. She's got quick wit.
She gets the jokes,
She gets the jokes. That's just a little off to the side.
Yeah, well, she's a good foil. We play off each other well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's really
a beautiful thing.
I was going to say that back to Nancy, who had got me started in commercials. This right before I started to go into voiceover, she would send me on commercials, and I was doing a lot of commercials at the time. I was doing like a lot of dumb lines, everything giggled and it's just really. So I was a bank teller, and I was a dumb bank teller, And she goes, "I got this one commercial audition for you." I never forgot it. She goes, "It's for a lawnmower," and I went,
"Perfect."
That's hilarious.
You say
actually,
lawnmower?
My agent actually just messaged me yesterday and said, "Do you have a lawnmower? Got a John Deere commercial for you." Oh my gosh! I can ask to use my neighbors.
Sure. Yeah.
This is my competition, my lawnmower competition over here.
Oh God.
So she says, "There's this lawnmower commercial, and it's a man riding a lawnmower, the sit-down kind where you're kind of tooling around, and showing
John Deere, yeah.
The John Deere." Mm-hmm. She says, but the whole premise of it is it's a woman, really. This is back a ways. So she's a woman riding the lawnmower, and the whole scene is for her to, at the end, she's a man driving, look at how good I am on this lawn. She takes off her hat, and her hair tumbles out, and I'm a woman. So the whole thing, that's so old school, It's like,
wow.
Even women can drive the John Deere.
Yeah.
So at the commercial, Nancy, if you're out there, Nancy, told me to dress as a man for the commercial. She goes, I want you to put on man's
Oh, yeah,
jeans.
yeah. That would have been no problem. They would have instantly thought you were a man.
Wait, I worked it.
Sure.
So I put on man's shirt, gloves, so you couldn't see my hands, wore a hat, kind of a straw hat like Stella Della Rose. And I went to the audition. This is when you used to go in.
In character.
In character.
Right.
And the casting people were in the room. Remember, they sit behind their tables with the headshots in front of them. You walk in, you introduce yourself, and then they give you your lines, and then you perform. I'm in the waiting room, and there's all these pretty girls sitting next to me, and I just kept my head down. I just sat like a man, and I didn't pick up my head. I just stayed in character. So when they called me to come in, I had on my hat, my gloves, and I came in. I was looking like a man. And I thought, here's the big moment. I'm going to take off my hat, and it's going to tumble out just like the commercial.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be magnificent. They're going to say, we got to have her.
Where has she been?
Well, it was a hot summer day, and my hair was sweaty,
Okay.
and it was stuck up in the hat. Oh, I'm still having post-traumatic. The the hair kind of went to a point like the hat did.
So you got helmet hair
Hair.
or something,
And
right?
they're going to take off the hat, whip it off to the casting people, and they're going to go, oh, just like the commercial. Well, the hair just stayed up in the hat. And I'm clawing it down with my hands. I'm just pulling it down,
Oh, God.
trying to make it tumble. It was a train wreck. It was so horrible that they went, I think I said, oh, okay. And no one wanted to look at me.
That's one way to do it.
They did book me.
They did?
Well, there
But
you
they
go.
changed the commercial a little.
Oh,
They
that's
changed the
great.
commercial.
I knew you were going to say that. I was hoping, please let this have a happy ending. Oh, my God.
The reason I'm saying this is I said, I think I'm trying too hard at this part of my career. And Nancy sent me out on an animation thing. It was Berenstein Bears, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
And they booked me. And I went,
Nice.
dang, I don't even have to put on a hat and gloves and a man's
Yeah.
clothes. And I went, oh, suddenly I thought, then she sent me a more animation and voiceover. And I started booking. I said, I'm not going back. I go, this is my new lane, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm telling you the most bizarre story.
No, that's great. That's great. Well, a lot of people, they straddle the fence. They do animation. They do,
Yeah.
and lately, well, not lately, just in the past 10, 20 years, every major movie star has to get a couple of VOs under their belt,
I've lost a few to those. I was just sitting in the casting. This is when you're sitting in casting rooms. And I came out, and I don't know if it was Blondie for Blondie. Remember Blondie? So I'm sitting there, and
When you talking about the comic strip or the band?
oh, you're quick. You're so fast.
Oh,
I gotta get that cast iron pan and hit you in the head.
it's okay.
I remember Lonnie Anderson walks out.
Oh, wow.
Lonnie Anderson. Poof. Her beautiful blonde hair and that buxom. And she walks out, she goes, and the casting director looks at her and goes, Lonnie, so good to see you. I'm so glad you made it. And I went,
Yeah.
bye. Who do you think they're going to pick, Lonnie or Chrissy?
Well, so you got the job, obviously.
Not that one.
Not that one.
I didn't get that job.
Lonnie Anderson. Voiceover. Give me a break.
It was like so bad. But you originally asked me a question about Barbie.
Yes.
Do you remember that? It's been days ago.
It was, yes. I've heard of her.
This is I don't know, I've told the story quite a few times, but it is the most bizarre thing in my career.
Okay.
And the most precious thing, too, because I'd been working on like a toy thing. I was doing a lot of toys. And I was doing the talking globes and talking malls and talking this, talking, everything was talking. And I had an audition for a doll, which was nothing new. So it was 1994. And this was during the time of the North Ridge earthquake.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, sure.
California.
It was a bad one.
I was like it was like in Northridge, and I was in like Sherman Oaks, so it was like not much distance. And the audition was at Mattel. Like I think the next day or the next 2 days, and so I didn't know what it was for. I just thought it was like another, I'm going to Mattel, I'm going to audition for it all. And that night there was the earthquake, and it was intense.
Yes, it was.
You remember?
I remember I had a 4.5-foot wave in my pool, in a swimming pool, 4.5 foot. Because I went outside and I had this cave that I designed it and then an architect do it. And I said, holy crap, because there was water pouring off of the top. And I measured it, and it was 4.5 feet. So water had to get up there somehow. It was a wave.
Yes. Where were you?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I was a baby.
He wasn't there. Yeah.
He's a youngin'?
I was 3 years old. We were in Redondo Beach at the time.
You remember that?
Yeah, well, I just remember I know I lived in Redondo up until I was 5, up until kindergarten.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't remember.
Yeah.
My mom tells me that they were in an apartment building and they remember like the swaying, like it was just like swaying, like
It was, we've never,
so far back and forth.
swaying.
Yeah, but
building.
I don't remember the physical
But you
sensation
don't actually,
of it.
but you know you're there. I mean, you definitely, it was like, dishes are flying off the shelves, and
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was bad.
Yeah.
Kelsey, my little Kelsey, she was probably like 8 months or so. She was a baby. I remember grabbing her out of the crib, and my husband Jerry standing in the doorway goes, "Grab Kelsey." I grabbed Kelsey, and it's like I'm holding on to her, and you're in the doorway, and it's kind of, and I took me a while before I discovered Kelsey was upside down, going.
Yeah.
I thought, oh.
She thought she was having fun.
And it was scary. And so the next day was my audition for this doll. I didn't know. It was just, any doll. And I go, this is how I think. I can't make it to my audition. I'm in an earthquake.
Yeah.
So I called, made a phone call and said, sorry, El Segundo is maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour. So they weren't experiencing the earthquake the way we were. They were, they heard about it. They go, oh my gosh, is everybody okay? I says, I just got to let you guys, I'm not showing up, We don't even have running water right now. It's like everything shuts down.
Yeah.
You're sweeping up stuff. And the director says, Jacques Delong says, well, I'm so sorry. This is really, real hard for everybody. He says, but we have this project, and I'm sorry to do this. He says, but can you just do a couple lines of this doll that we need, because we got pressures. We got to do this. I went, okay, fine. He was just go in another room, sit on the floor, and I'll tell you what to say. I went, honey, I'm gonna go on an audition in the other room.
Sitting on the floor.
Yeah. And I remember sitting on my phone, and he says, okay, are you ready? I go, yeah, I'm ready. I wasn't, okay, I'm thinking, tremors are still coming in. He said, could you just say this for me? Hi, I'm Barbie. Welcome to McDonald's. You look cool. In his very gruff, manly voice. I went, okay. Okay. And then I thought to myself, I played with Barbie growing up. I remember who I wanted her to be. I didn't need her to be a cool, hip Barbie. I wanted her to be my best friend, like Pooh.
Kind of like Skipper.
And I thought, she's going to be warm and sweet, and she's going to be who I want to play with and take her everywhere with me.
Now, did Barbie have a voice before this?
Oh, this is what's interesting. Because when I came on the scene, they had some random projects. They had a couple one-offs. And I know a person, we all know, that did a project. That I'm going to be very discreet because that's how you should be. But they didn't want it to sound like those things.
That person.
Yeah.
Sure.
What they told me was they want this to start her voice and to bring her to life for everything. Fresh
approach. Yeah.
So whatever they did, they want this to, they want her to talk now.
Yeah. Whatever you did before, don't.
Yeah, do not whatever you heard.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm on my floor, I went, hi, it's me, Barbie. You look cool. want to be my friend? And he just came out, and I just went, cool. And he said nothing.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I went, do you want me to do it again? Because I was kind of nervous. And he said, no. Could you come tomorrow?
And you said, bitchin'. Wow.
I went.
So how about that?
Then that moment went, bing. It was Barbie. Did I just say Barbie? Barbie, 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 Barbie.
Yeah.
Okay, he doesn't mean Barbie. He goes, can you come tomorrow? I went, no, let me check with my husband. Heck yeah, I'm going. Because he has to watch the baby. There's no running water, glass on the floor.
Oh, God.
And I went, he goes, yeah, you get in your car and you go do this. And I went, okay. Now, this is what cracks me up because when you go to do Barbie, you want to look girly in Barbie.
Sure.
You couldn't even take a shower.
You got to look pink.
Yeah, I wore my pink shirt for this today. You get in your car, and I had only a baseball cap to put on my Dodgers baseball cap.
Well, that's
I
good.
didn't shower.
Baseball Barbie. Right? Yeah.
I gotta go home now.
Two hip Barbie. Then you turned it around backwards and then hip hop Barbie. Right? She was.
This place. Okay. It's so hip hop. I had on my baseball cap and I put on big lipstick like this. And I thought, I'm gonna rock it. I got big lips. And I get in my car and I go, I think I'm going to Mattel. I got in the car, my baseball cap, couldn't shower. I go, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. So I get there and you walk in the lobby. This is back in the day. This is 30 some years. There's this gigantic Barbie in the lobby. Do you ever remember going to Mattel?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I did. I got in one of those big plastic things like they put the critters in. I forget who I was. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, I'll come to him at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Go, I remember now.
Yes.
So I get in there and there's a gigantic Barbie in the lobby. She had on that black and white striped bathing suit with those glasses, those sunglasses. Mm-hmm. She's like, it was like Oscar standing in the corner. And it's like this big reception desk, and the lady behind it says, "Are you Chris?" And I looked at Barbie and went, I'm going to try to be her voice. It was just like, it was so much for me. She says, "They're ready for you." And I went, "Thank you."
She said, "No, they're not."
She says, "Please do not look at any of the cubicles as you're passing through to the sound design. Do not look and interact with any, it's like, it's big business." That was toys. You could, as you're walking through, you see Transformers, Hot Wheels, all these different toys that they're on top of their cubicles. There's like a million Barbie heads that the women only painted the eyes. So they were on little sticks. You could see all these little heads.
Wow.
It sounds totally bizarre, like a Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
But she said, please do not, stay focused and go through. I went, oh, okay. So here I am walking through the design studio. I'm seeing all this stuff, and it's so cool. And I get back to the studio, and there's the big booth with the glass and a stool and a seat and my microphone. There's like 6, 7 people behind a glass wall.
That's a lot of ears.
A lot of ears. Kind of dressed up nice. The suits, the tough people that are going to make the big decisions. And I just went, oh, this is important. So I sat down at my mic and I just went, okay, if an earthquake didn't stop me, if these things didn't stop me,
right.
If I'm here, I'm supposed to be here.
That's
right.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell people, it's like, if you don't get the gig, it's not yours. It's not meant for you. What's meant for you is yours. Mm-hmm. And I sat there and I thought, okay. And Jacques says, he goes, just do what you did on the phone. I went, I'm in an earthquake. I go, what did I do on the phone? I'm trying to remember. He goes, hi, this is Barbie. Welcome to McDonald's. And I go, okay. Mm-hmm. Hi, it's me, Barbie. Welcome to McDonald's. You look cool. And nobody talked again. Mm-hmm. Like that feeling of like, and it was this.
Oh, yeah.
Went. Well, it's
Here we
probably
go.
because of my baseball game. In slow motion, he goes to the talkback button. Hi, Barbie. You're going to start work tomorrow with us. And I went,
Nice. Yeah, that works. That is wonderful.
and I'm not kidding. When you're meant to do something, there's no accident you're doing what you're doing. That's your purpose of, so that opened up days and months and years of doing Barbie toys.
Sure.
The first doll was Super Talk Barbie, who said 100,000 phrases. So when you press the button on her
Holy
back,
crap.
cool, we'll go to the mall later with Ken, because it was mixing and matching and stuff.
Yeah, I've done
It was
one
the
of
new,
those.
the technology of the day.
Yeah.
And so I was in the studio that was my first Barbie, and it was like she had
Wow,
on
that's
these blonde
awesome.
hair and this little outfit. I went, oh, and then they go, okay, get ready, buckle up. We got a lot of things we're gonna do, and we did talking cell phones, talking roller skates. We did all of her, computer games. Girls did not have computer games.
Wow, that's true.
There was nothing for them.
That's true.
She was going to do fashion designer. This is
Wow.
where you...
Fashion designer Barbie.
Yeah,
What a
well,
coincidence.
they're CD-ROMs. They called them CD-ROMs.
Right.
So when you go in there, what you do is you're designing Barbie's clothes. The little girls were designing it. And then on the screen, they could watch Barbie walk with their design on. And
Wow.
then they provided something you could print it out and put it on your Barbie.
If I'm not mistaken, I swear I remember that.
It's fashion
I
design.
think my sister had that. And
Yeah.
wouldn't they come in like cereal boxes? Like you would
Yes.
get like the CD
Yes.
in a cereal box
It was this.
to play on your computer.
Yeah.
I remember that.
She had
Wow.
no games. Girls had no games.
Mm-hmm.
This was earth shaking, breaking. They didn't.
Yeah.
It was like
Precedent breaking. Yeah.
it happened so fast that Mattel's head was spinning. They go, "Wow, what are
Wow.
we doing with all this?"
That's right.
And I do remember thinking, "Oh my gosh!" Just 2 years ago, they put it into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I got to go to the Hall of Fame.
The Toy Hall of Fame.
Yeah. See,
Where is that?
For the computer games.
Wow.
That must have been like right after the movie came out, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, right after the movie.
Dang it.
Okay.
Something in my eye.
So we were doing all these toys and doing all these games. Everything you could imagine we did. There was one doll that said, she was called Talk With Me Barbie, and what they wanted this one Barbie to do.
I remember this.
Talk with me, Barbie.
I
Talk
remember
with me,
this.
Barbie. She sits at a computer, a little computer,
Sounds vaguely Australian.
and her
Go ahead.
mouth, her mouth would drop open as she talked. This was like nothing. So Barbie's mouth would go, it would move.
Oh, wow.
They were going, we're going for it. And it took me months to do girls' names in the all the names, because they wanted every little girl that played with it to
Right. To have her name.
her name.
I did one of those. I'm so sorry. I have something stuck in my eye. But I did one of those, and it took months and months and months.
Yes.
And it was Pooh reading to you, and
Yes.
and I had, it was my interactive Pooh, which is a fun name all by itself. Oh, yeah.
Interactive Pooh.
Yeah, all the 8-year-old boys go, mine's interactive too. But it took years, months.
Yes.
Yeah. And
That's all I do is Linda, Cindy, Mary. We went through every name. We went through baby books of
Yeah.
Barbie names. Then we
Yeah.
go, now we're going to do Spanish.
Oh, no.
We did Spanish, Portuguese, French.
Ooh.
Months are going by and I'm losing my mind because
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Zapatico, La Pachita, Capata Coco Coco. I'm doing all these names and I'm just going,
Oh, I remember La Pata Coco Coco. She was so cute.
you had,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't do it. I go, I need to take a break. And then I pictured every little girl picking up that Barbie, and I thought, every girl that plays with her is going to hear her name. Mm-hmm. And it gave me a fresh thing of like, I want her to sound special. I don't want it to be Lisa, I went, Lisa, Robin. And I just turned it back into that thing. It made it, real for me. Mm-hmm. And they decided after that to do Teacher Barbie, which was really fun because Teacher Barbie, was a nice occupation. It was Dentist Barbie I did, Teacher Barbie, Working Woman Barbie. But we had a Spanish linguist come in and help me with the Spanish. It was bad. And he's just sitting there going, oh, you're killing this.
Did you do the Barbie phone? Wasn't there like a Barbie phone where you could call Barbie and it was like they would respond to you?
I know that.
I have a little sister.
I was at your house. We were meant to do this together,
That's right. Chris. So true. So true.
And it's funny because I am still doing Barbie everywhere I go. My doctor says, please call.
No
please
kidding.
Call. I'm still making
great.
calls to little. Okay, now here's the one thing. I'm doing tricycles that talk. I have probably over 100 toys. Just going, and then they give you the phonemes. The phonemes where they
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember those.
Cat. We did.
All these possible names. Look,
Do that one more time. Do that just one.
What's that?
Do that again.
Just a little squeaker. That's the one you save for church. And then you look around and go, who did that?
A little squeaker. Oh, okay, I need water. He's driving me to drink. Okay.
Driving you to drink.
Sorry, I can't.
No, this is awesome. But I do hate to do this, but we are running out of time in the studio for the day.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, no.
Before we go, we have to play the voice swap game. Are you familiar with the voice swap game?
Yes.
All right.
No.
All right.
I'm terrible at directions.
Well, it's easy. It's easy. So Jim will.
Oh, wait. There's something I got to tell you.
Yes, please.
This is the most important part of this.
Yes.
Okay.
I was not allowed to tell anybody I was doing Barbie's voice the whole time.
No way.
You have to know that.
Well,
What's the reasoning behind that?
They did not want Barbie to have a face, a person. They wanted the mystique. I could not tell people I was doing Barbie for all those years.
Wow.
That was hard.
That's what I would have told them. I said, I can't tell you that I'm doing the voice of Barbie. And then you're done.
And she was talking and everything. Everybody wanted interviews. It was like the height of it. I couldn't tell until Toy Story came out. They said, you're going to do Toy Story. And I went, okay, this is tricky. I says, I can't. I'm going to be in Toy Story. Disney didn't even know about me. So they went to somebody else. Mm-hmm. And I went, now the credits will roll. They'll see that name. They're going to go, oh, that's who. I went,
Oh, man, that hurts.
but you know what? All I can say is this. I am more than grateful that I got to do that voice, period. That
For
was
so
just,
many, yes.
I mean,
Well, she's
who's going to
an
complain?
icon.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an icon. There's no
I
question.
go to places and kids all the time. Of course I'm going to roll.
Not one child in America or anywhere doesn't know.
See, he knows because doing Pooh and the ones you do, that's a whole different, like, that's you don't mess with that. You don't make that anything but what it is. Because that's somebody's real childhood of deep,
Oh, you bet.
deep.
Yeah,
So Pooh is
very
like that, and
respectful of
Tigger. Barbie, I never did negative things. I kept her clean and lovely, and
Yeah.
that's how I was the Barbie of the 90s. Okay, so
Sure.
I had to tell you that. I couldn't tell anybody, but I called kids on the phone and went in hospitals all the time.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be okay. Don't worry. It'll be all right.
Oh,
Mattel never knew.
stories
Now
like
they
that
know.
that'll...
Now they know.
Fire me, okay?
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you for being here, my dear.
Yeah. But let's do a voice swap really quick before we
Okay.
go.
Do it.
Okay, so really simple. Jim will do a line, one of his character lines, say Winnie the Pooh. It has to be Winnie the Pooh, I guess, for this one. And then you'll do that same line.
What are you gonna do?
As I just explained the rules. And and then you'll do the same line, but as Barbie, and then we'll do vice versa.
Okay, pay attention, Chris. Pay attention.
Okay. I'll make this one an easy
Easy.
one for you. Would you please pass the honey?
Cool. Would you please pass the honey? Honey?
There was almost a little Marilyn in that Barbie, which is very good.
She slips in there sometimes, especially if her lips do that.
Yeah.
Or is that Ginger? That's Ginger.
Yes, Ginger doing her. Ginger doing Marilyn.
Quit goofing around, Chris.
But now.
That's what we're here for.
Okay. And now you do.
Now you do.
Now you do a line as Barbie,
Okay.
and then.
Hi, I'm Barbie. What are you going to wear to the party?
Hi, I'm Barbie. What are you gonna wear to the party?
And that's
And that's, yes.
and that's the cast iron pan.
Taz as Barbie.
Wait, Chris, do one voice, any voice you can think of. Something silly. This is the moment I've waited for.
Give me a line. Give me a line.
Say, cool, you look great in that dress.
Cool. You look good in that dress.
That's like the
now the
voice
world can
you
go
don't want to
on.
hear answer the phone. But I'm not, how did you know I was wearing a dress? Then you look at the window.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what happens after this moment. I love this person. I love being here. And I got to tell you, go out and be kind to somebody today. Do that for me, okay?
Very sage words to live by. Thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate it. All right. Well, I think that does it for today. Thank you guys all for watching. Once again, I'm producer Chris, the legend Jim Cummings, Chris Anthony Lansdowne. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you all for watching. If you guys like this content and you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps us. It helps you get recommended more videos like this. If you like videos like this so much that you want to see more, good news. You can join us on Patreon. Yes, that's right. There's bonus content on Patreon. There's extended interviews. There's giveaways. There's a whole bunch of bonus content. So go check that out. If you want to get some merchandise, you can go to Jim Cummings Closet on Shopify. You can find some keychains, some shirts, some cool little things, some autographed Lorcana cards, which are really cool.
Or who, what?
Yeah, those are really cool. Disney Lorcana. And with all that said and done, once again, I'm producer Chris, Jim Cummings.
Thanks, everybody.
Chris Anthony Lansdowne, thank you so much again for being here, and we will see you all in the next one.
Yay! Oh my gosh, I love you. You didn't write down a single word when you did that. You didn't say not a lick. It all came out of that brain.
Doing it a couple hundred times.
Yeah, you do it a few, a couple hundred times.
And now, back to the adventure. That's the other line they have to write for me.
Oh.
And now, back to the adventure.